Welcome to this week's webisode of The Better Half. I'm Kyndra de St, Aubin, and this is Katy Hartley. And this week, we're going to take a look back at what's been going on.
Well, Kyndra, it looks like we were right with our NFL predictions last week. We are going to see the New England Patriots and the New York Giants in the Super Bowl. Sounds kind of familiar. So, Kyndra, are you going to watch the Super Bowl this year?
I'm going to watch the Super Bowl because I do think it's going to be a great game. And, of course, obviously, both being on the East Coast and in New York, I think it's going to be a really incredible rivalry being up there. So I'm going to watch, but I'm not necessarily caring who wins. I just love to see a good game.
I love to see the commercials in the Super Bowl. I happen to hate both of these teams. I will be watching the Super Bowl, though, because I want to see if the Giants can do it again. I'm not sure that they can.
But I like Eli Manning. And I always like to see Tom Brady fail. For some reason, I like it when Tom Brady fails, just like I like it when the Yankees fail. There's something about, a team that's always on top and always winning. I like to see him fail. So Eli Manning always has that pouty, whiny look on his face, but out of the two teams, I hope the Giants win.
That's kind of why I want to punch Eli Manning in the face. Speaking of punching in the face, how about ESPN's First Take, Skip Bayless getting into it with Ravens linebacker and Arizona native Terrell Suggs? They had it out on this show. Skip Bayless basically trying to get Terrell Suggs to say that New England was getting preferential treatment by the refs and trying to basically blame it on his coach and then blame it on the scoreboard, asking if it was a mistake or not with the downs, and is that what confused the kicker? I mean, who was out of line in this argument?
Well, and he's also trying to blame it on the kicker as well. He's trying to get him to throw his own teammate under the bus, his own coach under the bus, and then blame it on the hometown refereeing. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, Skip Bayless has been known for this. Every single episode, he comes on and he tries to goat people into saying things about their own team. And Terrell Suggs, first of all, he came on the day after they lose this huge game. I give him enough credit for that. And I was like, more power to Suggs. Give it to Skip Bayless. He's a total tool in my book, and I don't know why ESPN keeps him on.
Yeah, Skip Bayless is a total creeper and a jerk, and I don't know why anybody would even give him the time of day. I mean, I get it. He's controversial. He gets under people's skin. But I love the way that Terrell Suggs handled this. He was like, Skip, listen, I'm not going to take it. I know where you're going, but he wasn't having it. And if there's one person I don't want to get in a fight with, it would be that man right there, Terrell Suggs.
Yeah, it was a good job by Suggs. I would love it if every single person that came on and he tried to get their goat did it just like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, switching gears to college football, we lost a legend in college football this week with the death of Joe Paterno. Some controversy attached to a mural that is near the student bookstore of Penn State College. The artist of this mural went back within 24 hours after Joe Paterno's death and added a halo. This is the Twitter picture from Ryan Beckler. Kyndra, do you think that adding this halo to a mural like this on school property just takes it too far?
I think in this situation it does. I think if you would have left it without a halo, nobody would have been saying, why isn't there a halo on this one? Because he has done it to other paintings, to other murals. But in this instance, I think it's better just to leave it off. I mean, it's such a controversial thing to begin with. And I understand Joe Pa is a legend on that campus. A lot of other people outside of Penn State don't understand this infatuation. But people that live in that area, all they have is Penn State. And so for some reason, they put this guy on a pedestal and they worship him like he is a god. But I think in this instance, just leave it off and it won't even be an issue. Do you agree?
I agree with you. I think if there is a time and a place to sort of set your personal opinions aside and your artistic talent and all that, it's right now. I just think it takes it too far and it's too close to the situation right now. It's just the timing wasn't good, and I can't imagine how it makes the families feel. There's just too much emotion attached to it to be doing this.
Well, and that's the one thing I think people in Penn State forget is that there's families of these victims, and they're not thinking of them when they're praising, Paterno and everything that went on there. They're only thinking of the Penn State. They're not thinking of those families.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll lighten things up. Wrap with
somebody who probably won't have a halo over his head.
Yeah, definitely
anytime
not.
Soon.
Definitely not. We'll wrap with some pop culture stuff. Steven Tyler, the famous judge from American Idol, sang the national anthem before the Ravens-Patriots game this past weekend. Can we take a listen to what that sounded like?
I love that radio. It's emotional.
Then our flag was still there.
Okay, Steven Tyler, you are not going to Hollywood. I'm sorry. I didn't think that was very good. He flubbed a couple words in there. But Fox Sports columnist Jason Whitlock took to Twitter to respond and give his thoughts on Steven Tyler's performance. He made some references to Janet Jackson's little debacle a couple years ago.
Wardrobe malfunction.
And now Steven Tyler is demanding an apology. He does not like that his fellow coworker of Fox Sports asked him for an apology. Do you think he owes him one?
I absolutely do not think. And first of all, do we really call him a coworker just because they both fall under the Fox umbrella? I mean, do you have any idea how many people fall under the Fox umbrella and what Steven Tyler is doing on American Idol and what Jason Whitlock is doing writing? I mean, they aren't even. I bet Jason Whitlock didn't even think of that when he tweeted it. Obviously,
well,
you know.
I mean, Jason Whitlock gets paid to give his opinion,
right.
So I don't know why Steven Tyler is so upset. And let's be honest, if you were on Twitter at all around that time. Everybody was freaking out about Steven Tyler's performance. I think he got a lot more thumbs down than he did thumbs up.
You just got to be able to laugh at yourself. I'd look at Whitlock and be like, "Oh, that was an awesome line." You know, I mean, you just got to be able to roll with it. I think.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we're out of time this week on The Better Half. She's Kyndra de St. Aubin. You can follow her on Twitter at Kyndra620. You can follow me at FunKatie620, and we'll see you next week on another webisode of The Better Half.